Let me begin with a couple of personal experiences. As the Railway Minister of India, I visit a number of places and meet a large number of people from all walks of life. On one visit to Mumbai Central Station, I was pleasantly surprised to find a group of women engaged in cleaning. The station looked very clean. On seeing me, a lady came and thanked me for allowing her NGO to adopt the station. For the last 5 months, she had been volunteering a day every month at the station. She said that she felt very happy to be contributing her little bit to this national cause. In another incident, Alok Tiwari, an inspector in the Railway Protection Force, recently deputed to the social media cell of the Railway Board, shared his sentiments. He is responsible for taking action on passengers' requests for help on social media. He said that for the first time in his professional career, he has realized how his little actions were making a huge difference in passengers' lives. He felt proud to be part of Indian Railways. It is the people like these who are the soul of India and Indian Railways, and that is why this is not my budget alone. This is a budget which reflects the aspirations of each and every member of the railway family, a budget that reflects the aspirations of the common citizens of India who have not only been writing to me, interacting with me on social media, but also meeting me in large numbers to share their thoughts. This is a budget that has been fashioned by a creative partnership with ideas from my colleagues in Parliament, industry associations, computer associations, media, and practically all sections of the society. I would like to thank each one of you, but above all, this budget owes it inspiration to the vision and leadership of our Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji. He had once said, "My vision is to make railways the backbone of India's progress and economic development." We are making all our efforts to translate his vision into reality. Our core objective is to improve the quality of customer experience at the individual level, become an engine of employment generation and economic growth at the national level, and convert India's largest institution into a template for transformation. This budget will document a journey of transformation, the journey of our nation, by touching millions of human lives daily. Overcoming the challenges is our strategy. These are challenging times, may be one of the toughest. We are faced with the problems which are entirely beyond our control, that is, moderate growth of our economy's core sector due to international slowdown and the looming impact of the 7th Pay Commission and increased productivity bonus payouts. At this moment, I am reminded of our former Prime Minister Shri Atal Bihari Vajpayee's few lines for motivation. Indian Railways as an organization has stood the test of time due to the sheer grit and commitment of its employees. However, these challenging times require overhaul of our work culture and ethos cemented over years. We need to bring in a new approach, a new way of working. The three pillars of the strategy reflect this new thought process. Indian Railways typically has focused on increasing revenues through tariff hikes. We want to change that and challenge our thinking on freight policies to win back our share in the transportation sector. We will exploit new sources of revenue so that every asset, tangible or non tangible, gets optimally monetized. We will improve our efficiency and procurement practices to bring them in line with international best practices. We will continue to innovate and optimize our outgo on each activity. Cooperation, collaboration, creativity, and communication should be the hallmark of our decision making and actions. We will revisit all processes, rules, and structures to enable this transformation of Indian Railways. We will draw upon our strengths, diverse talents, and rich experience to emerge stronger. We have already made humble beginnings in this direction. We significantly reduced the cost of power procured for transaction by signing long-term agreements. In the next year, we are increasing the strictness on cost. For the first time in Indian Railways, absolute reductions have been planned in categories like diesel and electricity through concrete and rigorous planning. Further, with an optimistic outlook for the economy and various measures outlined later, we hope to generate revenues 10.1% higher than the revisit target for the current year. We have ramped up capital expenditure to remove the huge backlog of the past as well as to provide for the current and future needs of the organization. We have overhauled bottlenecks and delegated powers effectively to the functional levels. As a result, the rate of capital expenditure has increased substantially in the later quarters of the year and should now grow exponentially. We will continue to employ this new approach to our capital expenditure. We have managed to break away from the average capital expenditure to achieve a quantum jump. This year, our investment would be close to double of the average of previous years. The impact that this increased investment in railways will have on the economic growth of the country is unprecedented. It would also lead to realizing the vision of a modern and efficient system. We in the railways must provide to the citizens of this country a system that they can be proud of, a system free from capacity constraints, a system which is efficient and predictable, a system where the people of my country feel at ease, where there is plenty of choice in every sphere of activity and the ease of doing business. In short, a system which is capable of taking care of its own needs financially and otherwise. I am thankful to the various committees, including the committee chaired by Dr. Dabroy, whose recommendations have informed our vision. Many of the recommendations have been implemented, while there is steady progress on several others. Our Prime Minister demands the conversation of vision into specific reality with speed, efficiency, and total transparency. As I stand to deliver my second budget, I am conscious that this is not only a moment for the evolution of new ideas but also an examination of last year's momentum. Accountability is an ongoing principle of public life. I am happy to announce that action has been initiated on 139 budget announcements made last year. Let me take a few minutes to dwell on the progress of some of the key initiatives taken during this year. With great pleasure, I wish to inform the House that the projects are now assured of funding and should be completed within next 3 to 4 years. We have introduced a new way of funding our projects through institutional financing. LIC has agreed to invest rupees 1.5 lakh crore over 5 years on extremely favorable terms. We are also looking forward to setting up a fund for financing the projects of railway. We have been able to set new benchmarks in project execution. We will be surpassing the ambitious target, which will be almost 30% higher than last year. Stop.